Hello, Rebel, and welcome to a quick recap video. I was about to say the podcast and then realised I wasn't recording the podcast, so that was a weird one. This is the 1 Minute Showtime Season 2 League, run by our very own Purple Saber. What a guy, what a guy. I'm, of course, Full Metal, and I'm playing in this league, and I'm very excited for it. And I'm joined by a very special guest who's agreed to do this just for us because he's a top bloke like that. My good friend, Unholy Crusader, or Crusader, or whatever you want to call him in between.
Yeah, I'll answer to most things.
Or douchebag.
Whatever.
Bro!
It's an Australian thing. Hey, dickhead. Huh? What are you talking to me?
But I remember, the reason I wanted you involved in this Crusader as well was because I remember you getting very excited for 1 Minute Showtime. It was something that you were talking about wanting to cast games of and stuff, so...
Yeah, the idea of having a game that goes for like 32 minutes, because if you factor in 1 minute a turn, 16 turns a half, 32 minutes a game, I think
it works out at about 45 minutes after animations and stuff, but yeah, you're pretty much right.
Yeah. But like, I think it'll lend itself well to being cast. Nice bite-sized snack, if you will.
And what's also quite exciting is that because it's not just 1 minute, it's the Showtime part that excites me. A lot of like the more experienced coaches have walked into this with, well, just wait and see. Let's not spoil the surprise, eh? But we're gonna start.
I haven't had a look at the teams yet, so I'm kind of itching to sort of start.
I know I've got a gimmick, and there's at least 3 other teams in my division with a gimmick. So yeah, I know what's coming, and it's good.
I do like some of these names though.
Right, we're gonna start as is tradition with Division A because it's the first one. And instantly going in, the first team there, questionably heroic, a Dark Elf team, Purple Saber, Dark. So the guy's running it, but he's also taking part.
Yeah, no, cool.
He's going for a 1 reroll build with, oh, I love his names. If you haven't realised, they're all anti-heroes.
Yeah, they are. Although, like, John Constantine is...
he kind of is.
Geralda Rivia, again, I don't know. But, no, I do like the naming convention here.
Rachel...
Purple Saber, already ahead in my books.
Yeah, definitely a winner for me. If you don't recognise Rachel Cole Alves, the first one, Cole Alves is the female Punisher.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. And it's obviously a witch elf. I like that. It's because it is hard to think of a female anti-hero like that, but that works for me.
It is kind of, isn't it?
So he's got 3 blitzers, a witch, a runner, and a bunch of linemen. So he's already gone for a slightly different build, starting with a witch, and only 1 reroll.
I mean, like, ditching the extra blitzer, as you say, he's going for the extra reroll. He's got, how many players has he got? He's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. Around 12? Unless I'm miscounting.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got the minimum 11. You can't start with a 12 player Dark Elf roster unless you're playing linemen.
Unless you're doing no rerolls.
Yeah, well, that would just be insane.
It would be. No, I like the runner, and the 1 reroll, neglecting to get a 4th blitzer. It's an interesting choice, but
theoretically he can make up for their missing reroll with a leader on the runner potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love the names. I love questionably heroic, and then it's all I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
The next we've got the 1 minute wonders. Ladies beware.
yeah.
Which is Revert, who's gone for 2 Ulfs, 2 Berserkers, runner, thrower. Now, I don't necessarily think the thrower is a pretty standard Norse pickup, but
no.
It's 20k for pass. Yeah, but there's no one to pass to.
Yeah.
Who you're chucking the ball at?
Any of the agility 3 players, I guess. But 3 rerolls and a pass thrower. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Like, you got the inbuilt reroll on the thrower, and should you fuck up the pass?
Like I say, I just think the thrower needs to have sure hands rather than pass. I think that would be so much better for Norse. Maybe too good.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. You don't necessarily... He's not really a thrower then. He's, like, almost a runner more than the runner is.
Runner Mark 2.
Yeah. I mean, the runner with Dauntless sort of almost becomes like a ball sacker because he's got movement 7, so he gets to where he needs to be, I guess. But
I don't know. It's a pretty standard Norse build. The only one that comes up is the thrower, but I think that might just be potentially even an unfamiliarity with Norse.
Possibly.
Are you offended? Brett team, 850 TV with 150k in the bank. 130. It's 16 peasants. It's not even a Griff team, because there's no space for Griff.
There is after, like, the first game.
I love how he's gone for topics that may offend you as well.
Yeah, I noticed that myself.
Make Kislev pay for Wall.
I mean, like, when you think of, like, the old Earth geography, Kislev's a long way from Bretonia.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why are they paying for the wall?
Peasants against gluten. What?
Brett,
Farmer lives matter. Wow. Oh, I love it.
This will be a team to watch, if for nothing else, for the spectacle.
Yeah, this will be a team to watch get
one of these guys.
beaten. What was that, sorry?
Look, you just get dirty player on everybody.
Yeah, if everyone's got dirty player, and you've got a bench, let's face it, and you've got plenty of money in the bank to replace losses.
Hey, this team is safe against piling on, though. I will give them that much.
And frenzy.
Yeah, there we go. So, you know, new meta.
Get wrecked, Purple Saber, in your witch start.
I like how he's still got 150k in the bank.
Well, yeah, because he's going to need more peasants down the line, right?
Yeah, but it's just like, whatever, casual wizard in my first game. Who cares?
We've got the Bloodliners by Spirit Crusher coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I would call a fairly... No, I was going to say it's a fairly standard human team, then I realised they've only got 2 rerolls. They've started with an Apothecary and they've gone for 2 catches.
You know...
2 rerolls on humans? That's like balls of steel, man.
Yeah, but it could pay off. Like, you've got all your positionals. You've got an early Apothecary too, which is going to be great news for him.
I like the early apple.
Guys.
Or a Blitzer.
Yeah, you know, let's be more realistic here.
I think my concern is, with the 2 catches, you do have a lot of strength loss, and frankly, you don't even want to score on catches in a human team early. You actually want the touchdowns to go over to your blitzers, because they are the backbone of the team, the blitzers. That's why you need your SPP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, again, the thrower here, if he picks up leader, then he gets an extra reroll for, you know, a relatively cheap cost. So... It's interesting the 2 catcher build, as you say, the loss of the extra strength, but I don't hate the team.
No, not at all. It's an interesting one. We've also got the Death Clock Doom Stars, which is count 0. This is an Orc team. It's looking fairly standard, except they've set up the team in a way that would tilt me off the face of the planet, because it's 5 blitzers and a Black Orc, then a gap and 3 more
blitz, a Black Orc gap.
Why, William Murderface? Why? But yeah, that's a standardized Orc build. No thrower, which
is going to either, like, people are going to agree with or they're going to disagree with. And I mean, like,
well, the Orc thrower is pretty divisive. I know it's for me, it's not a very good player, but at the same time, it has sure hands when your team otherwise doesn't. Mm-hmm. I like an early thrower until your blitzers get developed, and then you end up with a blitzer developing into a ball carrier who might pick up sure hands and stuff. And that's when you go, okay, I don't need this thrower anymore, go away.
I mean, conversely, though, like, the team can just develop into the thing that's going to kill every single person on the pitch, and who cares about the ball at that point?
That's true. I mean, you don't need sure hands if there's no one left to stop you picking it up, right?
No. But, like, admittedly, that's a long way off, though.
Well, you know, there is a peasant team. Fairly...
This is true. There is a peasant team, yeah.
Okay, we're going to look at who hasn't accepted their tickets yet, because some people haven't.
Those bastards.
Yeah. Every villain is Lemons from Halls.
Evil.
It's a very yellow team. Oh god, it's a 2 reroll Nurgle build. That to me is terrifying. I started Nurgle last season and I needed that 3rd reroll so much.
Yeah. Having played Nurgle myself, you just sit there going, especially if you go in the Beast of Nurgle route, you're like, in the 1 Pesticle, you're like, I think I want that 3rd reroll.
Yeah, but to be fair, it is a standard. It's one of the standard Nurgle starts. There's nothing particularly.
It very much is.
There's some very interesting named players. Hash Slinging Slasher will be interesting to commentate, and Squilliam Fancyson.
Yeah, I've been like, at the end of the day, it's HSS. It's rookie Nurgle. In a 1-minute league, I think I love Nurgle, I really do, but I think they're going to struggle.
Unless they just, like I say, maybe they'll get the peasant team
yeah.
first and get 16 Kazas, which is a lot of SPP.
Yeah, if they just roll over their opponents, like if those Nurgle warriors can level up in the first couple of games, and the Pestigor can get like short heads or something like that going, they can become scary very quickly. But from experience, Nurgle is the first season I sort of start developing, and then after that I get okay.
Yeah, eventually, maybe, hopefully. No, the next... I'm actually concerned to click on the next team. It's called Welcome to Browntown.
It's a Wood Elf, so it's...
King of the Cosmos is a Wood Elf team. It's... The Ghost Log.
The Houdini. Wow.
Oh, the meteor shower. It's actually a non-standard...
yeah. This is interesting. They've gone no catches, but they've taken the thrower early.
I mean, potentially
board answers, because board answers are good.
Potentially, he might be playing a no catcher restriction. We don't know.
Yeah. It's not your average Wood Elf team. Let's put it that way. 2 rerolls. I mean, they're agility 4.
Also, they're expensive, which makes the third reroll so... I mean, Wood Elf rerolls... You play Wood Elves a lot, so you must get this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wood Elf rerolls are weird, because they're 50k, so it sounds like, oh, it'd be easy to get a couple,
yeah, but then when they jump up to 100 and you're sitting there replacing players, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but, it's like, it should be so easy to pick up 3 before you start, and then you realise that your cheapest player on your team is 70k, and it's like, maybe not.
It's 70k, no skills. Just 1 second.
So yeah, that's, like I said, that's a fairly standard build apart from swapping a catcher for a throw, which is a little bit unusual. We'll have to keep an eye on how they develop. And
it's a little ballsy. You just don't have the surety, like the catch and whatnot of the catches.
Yeah, the extra dodge, the extra speed.
And if you had that, you could go the 2 rerolls comfortably, I think.
Okay, so we've got final team, Kiwi Birds Immortal Combat.
I love it.
They're all named after... Yeah, that's good, man. That's actually quite eye-bleedingly good.
Oh, wow. Wow. 3 rerolls, 10 players.
Someone needs to maybe tell him he needs another player.
Yeah, I mean...
just saying, by the way, you can't start with... with 10 players, Kiwi Bird, so we'll have to see.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, you won't be able to play your first game until you fix that.
It would be nice if you could get away with that, but...
This is the thing with Khemri. They're actually, like, quite expensive. Blitzers are 90k, and they're not that good for 90k.
Well, I mean, they only access a block out of the gate, and that alone is probably worth,
and they're also fast. Which, well,
they're
fast compared to the rest of your team, and they're tougher than the skeletons and stuff, so I get why they're expensive, because they're very good within their team. But if you looked at any other team and got given that stat line, I mean, Orc Blitzers are like, really?
Sup, bro? So -1 team reroll, +1 skeleton, and then...
He could drop a Blitzer for a skeleton and have some bank. He could...
He drop a team reroll and then take another thrower.
Yeah, that might not be terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a 2 throw start, as much as I do like the blitz rolls. Just because, agility 2, and they have access to short hands. So they're almost reliable enough to pick up the ball. But when you lose one,
maybe
you're basically screwed.
Right, trust me, we've got some special... And there wasn't that... there wasn't that many kind of unusual team builds there. We're going to get to those later down, trust me. Okay, Div 2. Or Div B, as it is here.
Div 2.
Div B2.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, 60 more Sextal fighting is Blissful Fire's Necro team. Looking
I like it.
Very standard.
Yep.
Time did its job, the white. Time of death, never. Yeah, it's a standard...
Circle 1 through 5. Nice.
It's a standard Necro build. He's actually gone for a cheerleader and an assistant coach to try and make up for the fact that he's absent a team reroll.
Yeah, trying to hope for those kickoff results. if you're relying on kickoff results to go your way, your plan generally needs sort of looking at.
At the same time, I don't hate it, given that you've got to remember you only have 2 rerolls because they're so expensive on a necro team. You can't.
Yeah.
You've either got to drop you've got to drop something important, or
I mean, but like, I don't. It'll be interesting. Like, no fan factor. If you roll lower than your opponent on the kick, like on the fans anyway, you're losing, your fame there. So it's kind of negligible, the one and one. But again, it can potentially swing the kickoff result, and that sometimes is worth its weight.
Look, right, when he's playing a game and he gets reroll every single kickoff event, you're gonna eat those words, man.
Look, and I will happily do that, but I just don't see the 20k investment.
Wow. Okay. Now we've hit our actual serious players who are playing this for giggles. The Digirats, Mergin Z1 has 14 rerolls, 4 gutter runners, and nothing else.
I mean, it's a bold strategy, Con.
It's a 0 Storm Vermin build.
For now.
Possibly forever. I don't know. If you're not going to start with Storm Vermin, you're probably not going to pick them up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a very deliberate decision, isn't it?
Now, he's actually gone for 12 Thrat as well, which I do like. I think maybe I'd go for 3 team rerolls and an Apo.
I think that might not actually be the worst decision in the world.
Just because without Storm Vermin, you've got 4 very, very important pieces who happen to be Strength 2 and AV7.
Yeah. Look, I do agree with you. I mean, I would have built the normal Skaven team, but if you're just playing for shits and gigs, then this is a list.
Well,
I suppose.
This is putting on a show. They're not looking to fight; they're looking to score. Is I think the point.
I mean, if you're putting on a show, wouldn't you buy the 2 cheerleaders and 2 assistant coaches?
Maybe they're just saving for an early Apple.
You can still buy fan factor off the beginning, can't you?
No, after the game starts, after the first match, you can't buy fan factor, I believe.
Well, he's got 40k to sink into fan factor right now.
Flip it over to the next team, good old Kirkengrad and the Temporal Chipmunk. Another interesting build, given that everyone's called Steve.
Steve has the ball. Steve sacks the ball.
Steve passes the ball to Steve for a touchdown.
Everybody also has horns.
Yeah, they've got the horn here, but it's a Minotaur and 10 Beast build. He's got an Apo in the bank probably for his Minotaur, to be honest.
He's got the 3 team rerolls because this is the build where you take 3 rerolls.
Well, it's not like you need to buy Chaos Warriors, right?
Well, yeah, exactly right. I mean, the team's cheap. I'll give them that much, and they all get access to mutation anyway. So
yeah, the only thing he loses is the Strength 4 and the AV9, really.
Yeah, and Steve gets guard, and I'll let you work out which Steve I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you definitely want guard on Steve.
Yeah, I think Steve wants block 2 at some point, but I expend taking no Chaos Warriors, going for the Bull plus the 10 Beastmen, 3 rerolls and Apo. You're only losing out on the extra armor and the extra strength on 4 players.
But you've also got a lot more players you don't care about, right?
Exactly right. And Beastmen aren't terrible.
In fact, I figured out what it is. It's a Chaos build for those players that hate micromanaging Chaos Warriors to try and hand off the ball to them to try and generate those touchdowns. Now you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about trying to farm injuries or touchdowns, and yeah.
We've actually got another Skaven team, gone in 60 seconds from Viking Hop, who's gone for a very standardized start, except for he's also got a throw, which is whatever. So this is actually
the throw is so divisive on every team.
No, not every team. I mean, I like a human thrower because he's actually got people to pass to. I like a high elf thrower. I just don't like Skaven and Norse throwers and Orc throwers.
The thrower's got agility 4 guys to throw to.
I don't know. I just think going, hey, I've got 4 really good agility 4 players. I'm going to make an agility 3 player handle the ball. Seems odd to me.
I mean, like, in every chain there is a weak link, I guess.
But no, this is
a very standard build. He's
got the Apo in the bank for his Gunners or his Storm Vermin as well, which is really good for him. Yeah, it's just a standard. There's not much to say there, really.
Yeah, it's no frills. No frills.
It's almost a little bit boring. But now we're going to get into the invited teams. We still haven't accepted the tickets. We've got the Manhattan Moonshiners, Slazarus.
I love his name. I love his name.
Again, very standardized Necro team. Not dumping the extra point into the cheerleader and coach assist. So he's all about keeping that bank for his next player, which is probably a goal.
Yeah, I dare say so.
Not, you know, we've already...
As well as werewolves and whites can carry the ball, you're happier with a ghoul to have it.
Well, you don't start with a ghoul because it steals SPP away from the werewolves, but as soon as the werewolves start getting developed, you want to take them off ball handling duty and put them onto murdering duty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's you know, not much to say there. We've already discussed one Necro team. There's another 2 Skaven teams coming up as well. So I'm hoping there's something a little more exciting here. We've got Slapnut Magoos, which is Fedic's team. And this one is interesting in a different way. Because
this is the build out of like the 2016 box, basically.
I
think it starts with the second thrower, actually.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing is the second thrower, right?
Yeah. Again, a bold strategy. If those gutter runners go down, that is a deep dark hole for this team to claw out of.
Well, you know, hopefully they'll have some claw on the storm vermin.
Yeah, you know, you can hope. You can.
But no, he's got an Apo to start with. I like starting Skaven teams with an Apo. That feels good to me. But only starting with 2 gutter runners.
I mean, starting an Apo with any armor 7 team's good too, and 12 players. So.
Yeah, not true. It's good. It's a decent looking team. It's just going to be scary if your gutter runners get murdered. Uber the Nuber.
They're a big target, so.
We've got Uber the Nuber, too fast, too serious. Is playing very serious, actually. The name, super appropriate. He's got the very standard Orc build.
Yeah, 3 rerolls, a thrower, blitzers, Black Orcs, a couple of linemen to taste.
Yeah, like I said,
you see this build so often and so frequently, you sort of sit there and go, yeah.
You know why though? Because it works, right?
That's exactly right. You don't copy lists unless they are actually doing things for you. And
okay.
Do things.
Shrimp coming up with the Deep Panzer Mantle. Very different build to ones we've seen previously because he's playing 2 reroll Skaven with no Apo, 11 men, and a Rat Ogre.
I like the Rat Ogre. People don't. I do.
I'm very famous for disliking Rat Ogre.
Yeah, I like its name, Rat on Roids. I think it's fairly a sniper for the thrower is actually kind of funny too. But yeah, it is the other sort of generic Skaven list, isn't it? You go the Rat Ogre, your thrower, your 4 gutter runners, your 2 storm vermin, a couple of linemen. The downside here is, of course, that you're giving up an extra reroll and an apothecary because the Rat Ogre costs you 150k.
On the plus side, if you do first action big guy, your turns will be much faster than a minute most of the time.
Yeah, well, you know, depends what you're doing, doesn't it? I want him to stand next to I want him to stand next to I
want him to blitz both downs.
Yeah. Look, I hope this team works for him. I do like the Rat Ogre.
There's a lot. Let's face it. There is a lot of squishy teams in this division. He can take advantage of that Rat Ogre with. There's 3 other Skaven teams for crying out loud. So frankly, the Rat Ogre might actually
the Rat Ogre getting there and doing something, though, right?
It also means the Temporal Chipmunks Minotaur is going to be looking real good for them as well, to be honest.
Yeah, big guy v big guy.
Now we're in
a butt clenching game.
Division C, also known as the best division because I'm in it.
I mean, have we scientifically proven that, or is this just hearsay?
Well, I'm in it, so
hearsay.
So we've got a Lava Jackal, a man from my neck of the woods, who's gone for the Red Speedsters, and it's a non-standard. Yes! You're gonna like this one.
Yes! I love these teams.
I love his names as well.
Oh, they're so good, but the artillery, the ammo, the backup, the third time, the third charge.
Third time the charge.
Yes!
2 team rerolls, he's got his troll, he's got 3 gobos, he's got all 4, he's still managed to find, he's found a way to get a troll and 3 gobos. And still find time to have 4 Black Orcs and 4 Blitzers. So let's give him that, right?
Yeah, you just ditch any lineman that you can get your hands on.
And replace it with goblins.
Rolls. Yeah. Let's be honest, goblins, 1-turn touchdown with the troll is really nice. Also, killing other people with the troll and the goblins, really nice.
Stopping Skaven 1-turn.
Goblins fly.
Have you seen the video from Huge Jackman Invitational, Huge Jackman Memorial 2, where Spicosaurus stops a Skaven 1-turn touchdown by lobbing a goblin off of a blitz action. Blitz kickoff result. Picks up a goblin, lobs it at the Skaven lines, and nails the gut runner ready to do the one-turn touchdown. I'll send you the link after this video because
it just shows the versatility of the troll and goblins. Doesn't it? Like, they can get the ball, they can one-turn touchdown, or fuck it, we can kill someone. I love it.
I like that team a lot. He's gonna be fun. I think he's gonna be a very entertaining to play. Now, I'm a little bit biased.
I hope to cast this game. Any game that Lava Jackal plays, I want to cast.
Well, it will also be on at least one video because he'll be playing me at some point. My team grabbed my ghoulies.
Fun fact, I learnt the other day that it only takes 22 pounds of pressure to explode a testy. What you do with that information is up to you, my friend.
Well, you see, I've got no issues, dude. I've not got that issue because I don't have any ghouls.
Nuts, stones, nadges, balls, meat, 2 veg, old punching bag. Man, you don't call a guy an old punching bag. That's just not good.
It's all nicknames for testicles apart from skeleton, the skeleton who's meat. And I've got 2 veg of the zombie. Come on.
Which is ironic in and of itself because he's a skeleton.
I'm glad you picked up on that. I think pretty effective team. Considering I'm not allowed ghouls by my own personal restriction, I've still managed to get 3 team rerolls and have 12 players and 50k in the bank.
Yeah, I'm just sort of wondering how you're gonna move the ball around.
White have AG3. I'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. Tell me that later.
Well, I've got 1 killer and 1 ball carrier, and that's it. That'll be fine.
Which one are you gonna catch the killer? Is Nadges or Balls gonna be the killer?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see who proves himself in the first couple of games.
So in Balls, I like the idea. Like, oh, Balls.
If you're worried about me moving the ball, wait until you see the next team, which is T's team. The 1 minute boning session. 1 minute boning session, which is Northrora. Kerry team.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, T? Again, this is the epitome of I hope to remove you from the field.
He's got good names as well, to be fair.
Yeah, ripped for your pleasure.
Oh, it's so good.
Has a big coccyx.
I'm assuming he's going to be aiming to get sure hands on a skeleton as soon as possible, but
I mean, I don't know. I just don't know.
Come on, you've got to say. Remember when we said Division C was the best division? So far, every team has a gimmick.
It is the gimmicky division, yeah, sure.
Whoever qualifies for playoffs out of this division is just going to be terrible and go out in the first round.
No, not necessarily. I mean, like, each of the teams thus far, with a bit of decent progression, can, do something funny.
Yeah, and, that's true. Now, there's not much to say about the next team because he hasn't bought any players yet. But with a name like 16 Turns of Fouling and it being a Chaos Dwarf team, I'm pretty sure what we can...
Hobgoblins and a Minotaur.
I'm pretty sure we can expect. He's actually my old mentor who played Chaos. He's actually quite good at Chaos Dwarves as well, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know if he's going to be a restricted build. Maybe he hasn't decided yet. But we can't really say a lot about his team.
Look, contract disputes are a common thing in Blood Bowl. So
they are
I'm sure once the union sorts itself out, and by that I mean, some people come and crack heads, we'll see these players fill up pretty quickly.
Now, we have already had our first letdown of the division. Harganeth All-Stars, Marskull, has gone for what I would consider the perfect Dark Elf start. Which has no place in this goddamn division.
I mean, I like to see the Witch, but hey, whatever.
No, I much prefer the reliability of having 4 block players with armor value 8.
Yeah, no, I can totally understand that too. The lack of assassin out of the Dark Elf teams is kind of disturbing. But
yeah, it's bothering me, man. But no, it's a pretty standardized build. I like the runner start, even though a lot of people don't. I think having 10k in the bank doesn't change much for you, but the extra movement and having someone who can pick up an early leader, if your team doesn't explode, having someone who can get leader, therefore allowing you to spend all of your income on 2 witches and an Apo, is really strong, I think.
I also like the fact that the runner has dump off as a starting skill. Like, you can form a loose cage, and if they blitz the ball carrier, you're passing the ball away with dump off. You got agility 4 players close by. They either have to mark everybody up before they do the blitz, in hopes that they can, sort of force the agility 4 to drop the ball.
And if you're screening properly, it's almost impossible to mark everybody.
Yeah, exactly right. And if they get in there and they blitz the ball carrier and the ball's no longer in the ball carrier's hand, the blitz has done effectively nothing for them. Sanjun, he uses his runner to perfect degree and perfect performance. He does the loose screen, dump off, hands the ball to someone else. Admittedly, that thing's got like 2+ movements and everything else that goes.
Yeah, nerves of steel and all sorts of shenanigans. Now we've got moving on. We've got the Lizard team of Haringzord, another good friend of mine. So I've got a lot of really people I'm actually really good friends with in this division so far. You know, like T, Lava Jackal, Haringzord, McNaughton. You know, it's basically Metal and his mates division. We can't say much about his Lizard team, but it is called Pasta La Vista, which is pretty awesome.
You can't see the chameleons?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're all invisible, but they're also costing 0 TV. So,
I mean, if you can't see them, you can't cost them up.
We've got a standardized.
You expecting a standard build out of Haringzord or
no? I don't know, to be honest. Lizards, it's a lot harder to do something fun with, but we'll see.
Yeah, how try-hardy do you go, right?
Now, we've got 1 minute past midnight, who is what I would say was the standard, you know, the dictionary kind of, this is how you do... this is how you do Undead. Yep. Not as I do Undead. But, you know, it's the 3 ghoul, 2 whites, 2 mummies, and a skeleton, and a few zombies to make up the numbers, plus 3 team rerolls. This team right here is why everybody hates Undead.
Yeah, it's a good example of your generic sort of Undead starting lineup.
It's very, very good and very, very effective and very, very annoying to play against.
Yeah, and again, as I said about the Orcs, when you have a very good starting list, there's a reason that people play it. It's because it's reliable. And this absolutely. Is as reliable as it gets.
Now, we've got another Orc team, so this team division's looking quite bashy already. We've got the unbelievable Norks, which is Norky, running 4 Black Orcs, 4 Blitzers, a Thrower, 2 Linemen, 2 rerolls, 3 rerolls. Once again, not much to say about it. It's an Orc team.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by the lack of Troll and Goblins. I think Lava Jackal has spoiled me there.
Yeah, Lava Jackal spoiled us all. Lava Jackal spoiled every upcoming Orc team that we might see.
Yeah. But, again, it is the list that works, and that's why people use it.
Absolutely. Now, we've got our final new teams division. The last division being from returning teams from Season 1, which should be very exciting to look at. But this is Division D. And this is... initially, Chaos. There is no cow level. But there is, in fact, a cow. Talk to us about this one. It's pretty much what we saw with Cake, right?
Yeah, the cow plus the 10 beastmen, 14 rerolls because you've got no skills that save you off the bat, so you kind of need that 4-3 reroll. Yeah, I mean, we've already said this. It has horns. They're not all named Steve. A lot of them have horn in their name, though. I've just noticed.
My apologies. I had to step away for a second. I hope you've covered this team in all its glory.
I basically said what we said about the last cow plus goat.
We like it. I like it, man.
I do. I don't hate it.
Right.
It's an interesting build.
I like the next one. 60 seconds to die, which is Major Bites.
Oh yeah.
Major Bites. Wood Elf team, and it's.
This is not a Wood Elf team. This is what you end up with after your first match.
Yeah, this is... Well, no, because it's got a tree.
These guys have loner.
It's got a tree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. It's not a Wood Elf team. It's what you have after you buy a tree and then have 4 or 5 loners and a dead War Dancer. I
like it, man. I think this is going to be interesting. You know, it's interesting. If you take the War Dancer out, they've got a problem.
Yeah, Masumi has no contest here for A, the biggest target, and B, the person who's going to get the most SPP. In the first few games, at least.
Yeah, this guy right here is an SPP magnet.
Yeah, and then you watch MVP go to every single one of the linemen and never to the War Dancer.
I don't know if you'd hate that, to be honest, because you'll be getting SPP from everywhere else.
Oh yeah, I mean, like these linemen are going to do like inevitably you do an agility 4 pass, so like MVP plus pass, there's the level up.
Exactly, it's not terrible.
Yeah, the War Dancer is going to put in he's going to have to put in a big shift.
Now, moving on, I think there's a guy who's incredibly ballsy here. It's our first High Elf team, the Blue Sea Guard from Tiladris. Who actually sounds a lot like an elf, to be honest. That coach name, he could be a high elf.
I mean, let's not get racial here, but yeah.
I don't know much about high elves, but a thrower, 2 blitzers, 2 catches sounds standard.
The thrower is, yeah. Excuse me. I've played high elves a few times on tabletop, and this, from memory, is a very, very sort of generic sort of standard build. The high elf thrower is by far and away probably one of the best starting throwers in the game.
Well, he's also got high elf catches to pass to, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly right. Movement 8, strength 3, agility 4. The only downside there being armor 7, but you're not.
Well, I'd say the big downside is the lack of dodge. That's what hurts catches for me.
Yeah, it does, but they'll get there soon enough. Their movement, they can move around the pitch wherever they like. But yeah, this is, as far as I can recall, the generic. If you go to the high elf roster on any sort of site like Fumble or something like, this is generally speaking the first thing you'll see.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. We've got Gengar playing the Smurf Town Subjugated. And because it's Gengar, he's got 0 team rerolls. The 2 bulls, 6 blocks. I love how he's got all of his blockers are blue, and it's Papa Smurf, Macho Smurf, Murder Smurf, Nasty Smurf, Stupid Smurf, and Vile Smurf.
Is Gengar going to fire a player who doesn't foul?
I don't know. Maybe he's saving that team. What's he got? He's got a club upgrade, right? He's got a Nuffle Alter. He's playing a Zarg build.
Oh god, I would have expected the Bribe Alter out of Gengar, but hey, what do I know?
Well, with no rerolls, you need a guy with sure hands, right?
Well, yeah, this is true. I mean,
even if he is only going to play for half a game. Although I suppose the point is, you're so far under team value, you get a bribe along with you.
Yeah, what's the team value? 800. Yeah, okay.
I've just noticed this motto. We will smurf you. I don't even know what that means, but it's hilarious.
Are you not up on the Smurf lingo?
Now, we've got a pair of lizard teams, and I'm assuming they're going to be pretty much identical, but we'll have a quick look. We've got the Quetzalcoatl Quicksters, which is good old Schleiss.
Generic Lizardman team confirmed.
Yeah, Lizardman team 101. 6 Saurus, Crocs, 4 Skinks, the very, very scary 2 reroll. I mean, it scares the pants out of me starting a Lizardman team. Because 2 rerolls on, like, Agi3 players, and only having 4 Agi3 players is pretty scary.
Yeah, the only way you get the 3rd reroll, though, is if you ditch a Saurus. And...
No one wants to do that, right?
No, I mean, you could ditch the Croxagore, I guess, and just get it, like...
You can't even do that with only one. In fact, you can't even afford one if you ditch a Saurus. You actually have to ditch 2 Saurus, because you ditch a Saurus, which means you have to... Right? Yeah, but you have to buy a skink packet for every Saurus you ditch. Yeah. So you actually have to replace... So you have to play 4 Saurus and a Crocs, or no Crocs, to get the 3rd reroll.
I mean, Lady Crusader played 4 Saurus and skinks for her first season of Blood Bowl.
Why did you let her do that to herself?
That was everything that she had. I picked up a second-hand team, and that was what she had. And, she got her way to the finals.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah, but, like, her team ended up being something horrendous. It was... she did very, very well. Played very, very well. So... You can do a 4 Saurus build if you want. But,
while we're talking about lizards, I've switched the camera over to Barmbek Blazers from Frergo, who has, unsurprisingly, gone the exact same build. I can't hate on it, because I just think building lizards in the Showtime, even in a Showtime league, it's very difficult to think of anything unique to do with them, unless you just dump all the Saurus or don't play with the Crocs.
Yeah, I mean, you could go Crocs and every other piece being a skink, but, like...
Yeah, but then you could also, just... volunteer to live in an asylum rather than being put there.
Look, this is true too. But if you rocked up to with me with the list that had a Croxagore and Skinks, I'd get you committed anyway. So voluntary or not. Again, Lizards 101.
Carlo Sibs coming in with definitely not human body, waiting to accept his ticket. 1 team reroll Nurgle build because he's mental that way.
Look, it's a thing, I suppose.
Is it really a thing? Is starting with a beast, 4 warriors, and 2 pesties actually a thing? It isn't.
It's not a great thing. I never said it was a great thing.
Mind you, saying that, actually, Ravenport in last season of the Rel went 0 team reroll start to actually allow him to start with 4 warriors, 4 pesties, and a beast.
That's ballsy.
And he did pretty well. Like, better than expected.
Yeah,
because the expected is to lose every game.
Yeah, exactly right. If you win one game, you're doing better than expected. I mean, when your rerolls become 140k, that becomes an issue, right?
This is why even the 2 reroll start scares me. When I started Nurgle for my team, for G-Man, I actually started with only 3 warriors, so I could have 3 rerolls, because I justified that spending 110k on a 4th warrior is easier to save than 140k on a reroll.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, but like again, if any of those, if you'd lost a Nurgle warrior, you've now got to spend another 100. You've got to spend 220k to get those 2 warriors.
True, but if I'd lost a warrior, I'd never have seen the 3rd reroll anyway, because I'd be too busy replacing the warrior before the reroll.
Yeah, this is true too. I mean, Pestigors are only slightly more reliable at picking up the ball than a warrior.
Yeah, pesties are good if you can develop them, but it's so weird for me. Pestigors are a surprisingly. It's hard to get your head around Pestigors, because on a Chaos team, they're the linemen, but on a Nurgle team, they're positionals.
Yeah. They cost 10k more, don't they?
Well, they do have regen, to be fair. They're 20k more, but they've got regen. 60k, right?
Yeah.
And I think 20k for a regening Pestigor is good. Nice.
I've had this discussion. About Nurgle Warriors for 110k compared to a Chaos Warrior when you're dropping an agility point. But you're gaining regen and everything that they gain. Whatever, I'll pay that.
Yeah. Haruma Majere coming in with another Nurgle team, Mutated Rainbow Ponies, who are the more standard 4 warrior 1 Pestigor 2 reroll build. But it does mean at some point in this division there's going to be a Nurgle mirror, which, trust me, isn't enjoyable for anyone involved.
Especially with the Beast of Nurgle sound effects.
Although on the plus side, at least it'll only be 1 minute turn, so it's going to be over pretty fast.
Well, I mean, with the low team rerolls, could even be last longer than that too.
Very true. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, let's go into the returning teams, which are appropriately named the Returning Madmen division.
Noticeably, none of them have actually accepted their invite. So
yeah, they're like, it's fine. We know we're coming, so it's all good.
Yeah, we'll get there.
This is where it's going to get interesting, because we're not talking about variations on starting builds, we're talking about what they've ended up with. So we've got Killer, which is Mad Max, who have a death... Macbeth, Colin McRae, McCavity, Ronald McDonald. Oh, I love this.
I'm disappointed that Macbeth didn't get the name Colin McRae.
Yeah, I feel like that should be... But it's a 0 team reroll, 0 apothecary dwarf build.
I mean, you got to stay low enough to keep the bribe, right?
Moving 6 Blitzer, it's pretty cool. 2 Mighty Blow on the Troll Slayers. I'm assuming his Troll Slayers have seen horrific levels of reroll, of refreshing because of the lack of armor and the lack of an Apo, which also appears to have happened to McCavity, probably. But Colin McRae, plus Agi and block, is a really nice looking runner. He's got a Blitzer, who's a decent receiving threat with movement 6, a couple of guards, a couple of Mighty Blows. It's not a terrible looking team, considering.
No, I mean, if you would add in the rerolls that and the Apothecary that they would have had at some point, then this is a very sort of standard team.
You can't say it's a standard dwarf build when it's got a death roller and no rerolls.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. If you would add in the rerolls that they would have picked up at some point, ordinarily, then, you're looking at a reasonable dwarf team.
Like I said, I think the lack of development on all other players just speaks to the attrition caused by having no Apo.
Yeah. But again, like, Thick Skull, Armor 9, how many times are you realistically losing a player?
Yeah, but when you do, it really hurts.
That is very true. That is very,
We've got
very true.
Erwan coming in next with the dirty acidic red keepers, who is a 1300 Dark Elf team, it's a fairly standard looking Dark Elf team, let's be honest. They've got a Blodge Blitzer, a Blodge Tackle Blitzer, a Block Witch Elf, a couple of guard players, one of whom's got minus Agi, which is going to sting, and a kick.
Yeah, 100k for a minus Agi dude.
Yeah, but guard is so good on Dark Elves. Because Dark Elves are decent at having a bit of a scrum, but guard really helps them do that.
It is, but it's an expensive lineman.
I don't hate it. Unless he's niggled as well, in which case that would be horrific, but he is just minus RG, so...
Yeah. 2 team rerolls and an apothecary. Yeah.
It's pretty standard. Pretty, it's kind of how you expect the development to go, really.
Yeah, I mean, you almost want to see a thrower in there somewhere, but what do you do?
I'm almost excited to click on this one because it looks silly. The Manly Manifesto. It's a Norse team. 3 rerolls and an Apo to start. It's got a Pom Berserker, very good. It's got a Block Mighty Blow Ulf, a Rookie Berserker, Rookie Ulf. We've got a Dodge Runner and a Dodge Sidestep Runner, and a Kick Lineman and a Fend Lineman. Now, the thing that stands out to me that's missing is that they don't have any dirty players.
They also don't have an 11th player.
Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't spot that. Probably just a missing lineman.
200k in the bank, though, so...
Maybe he's going to find out who he's going up against, and he might be buying a Yeti.
I was just going to ask that. Like, do you consider going the Yeti?
Well, without seeing the rest of the division, it's hard to say at the moment. When we've completed the division, it might be a bit more informed. But we already know there's a dwarf team, so Svarho might want to be seeing that Yeti come out just for the dwarves. And there's also a Khemri team coming next. So, and hang on, Chaos Dwarf. Yeah, I'd probably go for a Yeti in this division.
Yeah, I don't hate the Yeti play. I mean, like, Armor 8, so Dwarves Armor 9, Dark Elves Armor 8s, if you're breaking them anyway. Khemri, Chaos, Bretonnians, haven't seen that list, but Chaos Dwarves and Skaven. Yeah, I think a Yeti would actually be an alright pickup here, to be honest.
Well, we've got the Marak Gold Legion, which is Grey Fox. They're missing a Tomb Guardian.
That's painful.
But they've got 2 Mighty Blow Tomb Guardians, one that's nearly leveled. It's still only got 2 team rerolls, which is a little bit mental as far as I'm concerned. We've got a Might...
He's got 2 throwers, so...
Yeah, it's 2 throwers, true. And they've both picked up nothing. 0 development throwers. That's fine. We've got 2 Mighty Blow Blitzers, one with Tackle, one with Strip Ball, which I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the Tackle's probably going to see Piling On as the next skill.
Wouldn't be a bad choice.
Now this surprises me. Remember Murderous? This is Grey Fox. And he took Block instead of Dirty Player. I am stunned, to say the least. But not stunned by the fouling, because he didn't break armor, because he didn't have Dirty Player.
Occasionally you have to go against the grain, right?
Every now and again you've got to do something that surprises you, right?
Yeah, and taking Block over Dirty Player is a surprising choice.
To be fair, it's a hard-hitting team. He's got 4 Mighty Blow already. So...
It is... I mean, the lack of the 4th Tomb Guardian, you'll have to wait and see how that plays out, but... when Khemri start losing Tomb Guardian, it's never a good day. Well,
especially when you're facing down a Death Roller and potentially a Yeti. That could be a real, that 1 missing Tomb Guardian could easily become 2 missing Tomb Guardians or more.
Yeah, and imagine if, like, that dead Tomb Guardian had, like, Guard or something like that. Like, a Guard on Tomb Guardians is actually really good.
Well, yeah, because it takes us a front line of 4 Tomb Guardians and makes them even harder to generate blocks against, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Like, he's strength 5 across the board. Yeah, 50k in the bank. Do you save for a 3rd reroll, or do you go, no, I need to rebuy?
You need that Tomb Guardian back, I think.
Yeah.
For me. Now, the next team's Chaos. Crassus's crew from Crassus One Eye. I was going to say it looks fairly standard, but it's a 1-team reroll build with a Minotaur. And it's a pretty scary Minotaur, because it's got both Claw and Juggernaut.
Yeah, he's not to be trifled with. There's only 3 warriors? 2, 3? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3 warriors. One of them's got Mighty Blow at start, so he's looking for fast development. I don't like the extra arms beast pickup. I think actually Sure Hands works out better than extra arms mathematically.
Reroll or a +1 to pick up.
Well, to pick up is 83% with extra arms, but it's 89% with Sure Hands.
You're really going to quibble over 6%?
Trust me, if you fail... The 2+ and
have
to burn your entire reroll on a pickup. Yeah. With 1 reroll, you can't really afford to be burning it on pickups, right? 2 movement beastmen though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so it's
one
fast
of those beastmen minus armor though, so.
Yeah, but maybe the theory is if you run away fast enough, they can't punch you.
Yeah, I suppose that is a consideration.
Also, come on, look at the name of the Minotaur.
1 minute tour.
He's a winner in my book just for that.
Yeah, Kraus is certainly playing to the commentators here, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you know, if it had the 4th Chaos Warrior, I'd be a little more excited.
Conscripted in 60 seconds.
I love that name. I freaking love that name.
Plowshares into swords. He's got 4 knights, one of whom's got move, 3 of them have got dodge. One of those dodges has tackle, one's got leader, one's got sure hands. I like that knight start. That's, for me, that is pretty much exactly where you want your knight to go, to be honest. I'd say that is like the dream. I didn't get doubles or stats other than the movement, obviously. You know, ignoring the movement guy, the top 3 is the dream night start for a team that didn't roll doubles or stats.
Yeah. You'd be a little disappointed that you didn't get doubles, but yeah, whatever.
But the thing is, up to this point, it's when you get the next level up and you still don't get doubles that it feels a bit poo.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Bretonian coach. I've played them once, ever. I'm just like, if you level up again and you fail to pick up a double, do you consider going, it's time to put you out to pasture, buddy?
No, you get sidestep pretty much every time.
You get sidestep?
Tackle guy gets frenzy. The other 2 get sidestep.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Because that's still a decent level, to be honest. I think. It's not terrible.
At this point, it's becoming a long way to getting your next level.
That's true. But the problem is, Bretonians lean so heavily on the knights, dumping one for a rookie hurts too much.
Yeah.
Now, the blocker's not very developed, but he has got Mighty Blow, so that one's going to develop into a killer first. So you'll be looking at piling on tackle, pro as his next 3 skills, and the rest are probably going to get guard into Mighty Blow as their next skills to become like the defensive line.
Sure.
And then he's got Dirty Player on alignment. I mean, I like this build. This is, for me, this is a pretty solid build. This is what, 1360 TV? That is a good...
Yeah, that's correct.
You're in a good place to be on Brett. I mean, he's even managed to grab a level 2 club. So as long as he has another game or so without anyone important dying, he's going to have a bribe stadium.
And Bretonians, you know,
they
love
are
that. A team which plays in the bribes, the fouling game.
Well, he's already got a Dirty Player, right? So clearly...
Yeah, well, I mean, I just woke up in uniform, got game pressed, and took a
Oh my god, have you seen the peasant names? I've only just realised them. They're so good. Just had one drink, woke up in uniform, took a pill on Ibiza.
They're like, 3 of those peasants, you know, are 1 SPP away from leveling and getting Dirty Player, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless they get doubles and then they get guard and then you start putting like block on them and things like that. But
then you start actually making them into real people.
Yeah, then you start caring about them.
Yeah, they suddenly have apothecary rights.
No, probably. Well, I can't talk because there is obviously the Pom Pro peasant in my division that got appoed from death despite having Pyro TJ killed it. Despite it having -2 movement and -1 agi, the core...
Who cares? Who cares? That guy deserves to stick around.
But no, I would say that for me is the dream Bretonian build if you're not getting doubles or stats, apart from that one movement.
I would like. I've said this. Warhammer Frog in Division 3 in the Big O has a guard blocker, I think it is, and against he played a game against Orcs, and guard plus Dauntless on the blitzers meant that the Black Hawks were always getting 2-died. It was something magical with the whole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bretonians are brilliant against Orcs actually because having 4 players with Dauntless kind of means that Black Hawks are a lot less scary than they usually are.
Yeah, at worst you're one dying them, but as soon as you get a single guard piece in there, all of a sudden those 34 pieces are now.
And yeah, and on a 2+ on a 1 you're still only 1 dicing them, but you've still got block, so it's still pretty safe. Right. Now we're going to move on to Snot a Problem, which is Tarpshak's team, Chaos Dwarves. Oh, look at that Bull Centaur. That's dirty. Dirty Bull Centaur.
That is the dream.
Agi 3 Blodge on a bull is sick. I can't even imagine Major Mucus even seeing the ball on this team. It's like he's running around going, is there a ball? Can I have the ball?
Who's got the ball? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? No. Big Broody. he's your ball carrier.
He is. If you look at this team, to be honest, given that they've got block on one bull center, one claw and two guard, and no other development, Big Brutey is this team.
Yeah. I mean, if he goes down, this team will, I suspect, be like a house of cards and just collapse.
Not even a dirty player, Hob.
Yeah, I mean, like, it looks... J. Alfred Maggot has 5 SPP. How many games have they played? He has played 7 matches and gained, 1 MVP. So, I guess the MVPs have been kind, or Hobgoblins have died.
Hobgoblins may have died, yeah. But you've got like a claw
kind of a win for you if you're a Chaos Dwarf player, isn't it?
No, because you want some dirty player. You want some...
Yeah, but if a Hobgoblin is dying, everything else is still alive.
Oh, that's true, I suppose. I suppose it's not a blocker dying or a bull dying. Finally, Too Fast, Too Furious. Love the name.
Oh, God.
Z's editor's Skaven team. 1360, and they're running a Roger. And it's an unusual... That's a very... Dwayne the Rat Johnson.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, man, it's actually all named after Fast and Furious characters.
Yep.
Well, Fast and Furious actors, sorry.
Long may rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Yeah, Paul Walker's actually looking pretty solid with Mighty Blow and Tackle.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not going to make that joke.
Careful now, careful. No, but guard on a Rat Ogre is to me mental, because that could have been Juggernaut.
Could have been.
If you're going to run a Rat Ogre, right, Juggernaut is the first normals skill you should pick up. Because Rat Ogres are not reliable, and at least Juggernaut makes them a little bit more reliable. To my mind.
That's that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, sure. Juggernaut, guard, block. Is block a normal skill?
No.
General and double.
Yeah, general and double. But the problem is, when you start rolling doubles on Rat Ogres, it's like, do I get block or do I get claw?
Oh, you take claw.
It's a tough call. But anyway, Vin Diesel, the Gut Runner, has 2 heads and block, and that's pretty nice. He's got
effectively agility 5.
Another block Gut Runner. He's got a rookie Gut Runner, and finally a plus strength. I like the plus strength Gut Runner, but I have to say, I feel like one of these block Gut Runners should be Wrestle.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see what you're saying. It's turning me into a cage breaker or a ball sacker as well.
Yeah, a ball hawk is the dream.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, when people first pick up Skaven, or Blood Bowl in general, they look at the strength 2 on the Gutter Runners, and it's this is really really bad. Gutter Runners are good. Movement 9, agility 4, armor 7 standard average.
To me,
strength
to be
2
honest,
is bad.
Gutter Runners are the best player in the game.
I would rate them as the solid second, out of the box.
No, out of the box, they're not the best player in the game. Out of the box, they're probably 3rd behind War Dancers and Werewolves. However, War Dancers, Werewolves, and Gut Runners are the top 3 players in the game. But without a shadow of a doubt, Gut Runners have the highest ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely. Mutation access.
It's a game changer.
I would agree with you. Yeah. And this is the thing. People, I've seen many people look at Skaven and go, agility 2 on like your ball carrier. Strength 2 on your ball carrier, and you sit there and go, no. What you have to realize is that, with the right development, throwing uphill dice, not a problem.
Yeah, wrestle, strip, dauntless. Suddenly you're not even throwing uphill dice.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, it's something that rookie coaches, especially new people with Skaven, will either, a lot of the time often miss. But once you see the power of a Gutter Runner that's been leveled up effectively, whew.
Well, if you can get a 1 dice with a Gut Runner with wrestle and strip, it's an 83% chance to take the ball off someone who doesn't have sure hands.
Yeah, absolutely. They become quite scary.
So that's pretty big. But no, it's a decent looking team. Fairly standard. Three rerolls, 1 apple. I don't hate it. I mean, I think the Rat Ogre developed slightly wrong, but it's whatever. It's a small quibble.
Yeah, I mean, I think the decision for Guard or Juggernaut comes down to personal choice.
Yeah, like I say, I don't hate
it. I would think that Juggernaut is probably the more sound choice, but Guard's good.
But anyway,
Guard does guard things.
That was the 1 Minute Showtime Season 2 division. I think it's going to be... I'm looking forward to it, man. I think there's going to be a lot of very exciting games.
Look, there's a lot more teams in here than I thought there was going to be, I must admit.
A lot of them are like rebel coaches who've got excited over the prospect of the thing as well.
Yeah. I look forward to casting some games again. Simply the concatenated timeline is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's like oh god, I'm going to cast a game and I'll be done in 45 minutes. Woo!
Yeah, I can I can cast 2 or 3 games in the amount of time it would cast me to take me to cast one game.
It's almost like casting a replay. Replays are about 45 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And the added stress of having a minute to think about what you're going to do before you do it.
And a lot of teams running very weird gimmicks.
Yeah. I like it. I'm looking forward to casting some matches, and I wish most of the coaches the best of luck.
What I'd like to do as well, in about 4 weeks from now, after 4 or 5 weeks from now, after 4 games have been played, maybe we can come and do a mid-season review.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, fantastic. Well, you've been watching the 1 Minute Showtime pre-season review, Season 2 pre-season review, of course. I've been Full Metal. Thank you, Crusader, for your time.
Not a problem.
I very much enjoyed sitting down and having a chat with you about this. It's something that I'm very excited about, so that's pretty awesome.
Very excited. Feel my nipples.
With that, I'm going to say stay classy, folks. Goodbye.